if you could. We are on a different bike, baby. Yes, sir. You might think it's the same. It's still a Kawasaki, still a Ninja, but it's the zx6r, baby. zx6r, baby. It's a nice BMW. Okay, hey, there we go, lady. There we go. If you can see, if you can tell from the dash, it's a little different. It's a 2022 zx6r KRT edition, ABS edition. First impressions, man, and differences. I'm gonna go over today the differences between these 650 and my impressions so far. Although the KRT, it might, once you look at it, it might look the same. Well, the paint is the same. Woo, a quick shifter. Woo, 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 baby, I like that. It might look the same from the paint because it's the KRT edition, which means Kawasaki Racing Team edition. But the bikes are way different. The 650, you know, it's a 649cc twin parallel engine, twin piston. This one is a 636 inline 4. So there's a big difference in the engine as well. As far as the size of the bike, this bike is a little bit bigger, meaning body-wise. Body is a little bit different. It's a little bit bigger than the other one. It's a little bit heavier. It's about 8 pounds, I want to say, heavier than the 650. Ergonomics are going to change. This one is more aggressive, has more aggressive stance. Of course, it's being a sports bike. Although on the 650, I've tried to change that a little bit, because on the 650 you sit upright. So I had aftermarket clip-on bars, and still, although I had it lowered and whatnot, it wasn't still aggressive as this one. So keep that in mind. The seat on this one is longer, a little bit bigger too. On this one, a little bit more comfortable. You have more room on the seat. The pegs are a little bit further back and a little bit higher as well. The mirrors, of course, the dash, the display is not the TFT display like the 650, but in reality I think I like this one better. For some reason I like this one better. Suspension, it feels great on the highway, on the city. Mirrors, although they might be the same, but on this one it's different because the actual little leg of this right here is shorter than the 650. So on these you actually can see. The 650 you cannot see for crap, although the mirrors were the same size. As far as turns, curves, all of that, I mean, it's a heavier bike, but I do like it. And why is that? Because in the beginning, once you start or try to turn into the curve, it's gonna feel a little bit lazy, but after you actually lean the bike, man, it's just wants to stay in that leaning position, which it feels awesome. On the other one, on the 650, it felt a little bit weird, light, and it was in, I don't know, it felt way different. way different than this one. On the highway, the 650, it was just at 75 miles per hour. You will feel the wind. You will feel the wind just moving you around from side to side. 80 miles, you know, you could be on the left side of the lane, and next thing you know, you're trying to fight because you're going, the wind was pushing me to the right side of the lane. On this bike, when I got it yesterday, I was doing all highway. Oh man, this thing is stable. It is very stable on the highway. It does get a little hotter than the 650 on the city, of course, being the engine being a little bit bigger, and you sweat a lot. Gas mileage is great. You have 2 power modes, you have traction control, you have quick shifters. The clutch feels amazing. The brakes on these, they also great. They feel great. It's still the same calipers as the Ninja 650, the Nissan ones, but these are a little bit bigger than the 650, of course. The seat height is, from the ground up, I would say it's about the same, but the main difference is the tank on the 650, it was higher because the handlebars were higher. I mean, it was a comfortable ride. On this one, it's a little bit lower, although it seems like a bigger tank. I haven't checked the specs on the tank or how many gallons, you know, it could take or hold. But I have to check on that. Overall, man, I'm happy for the change. I'm happy that I went from the 650 to the regular 600. Another thing that I really like, it was when I was on the highway with the 6. Look, this thing, man, just wants to, it likes turns. In the beginning, it's gonna feel a little bit heavy or lazy, but after you lean it, man, oh man, it's just smooth, bro. Very, very smooth. I only have 82 miles, so I still got a long way to go to break it in. So on the 650 on the highway, I'm doing 70 right now, and I'm at 7,000 RPMs. On the 650, in rev, the rev limiter was at 10 grand, 10,000 RPMs. So you're constantly between 6,500 and 7,500 to be able to keep up with traffic, which you only have about 2,000 RPMs left to play with. So if you were on 6th gear and you dropped to 4th gear, I mean, there was nothing there. There was, yeah, it had a little bit of power or torque per se, but what I mean is the engine was constantly under low, heavy loads, because you were at such high RPMs on the 650. And by high RPMs, I mean 7,000, and you only had 3,000 left to the rev limiter. Over here, I'm at 6,000 RPMs. I'm at 65, but the bike is, the engine doesn't feel overload. You know what I'm saying? And I still have all the way to 14, 15. Well, the rev limiter says a 16, but I know after, I think at 12, 5, that's when the restrictions comes in and it nosedives, whatever. I was looking at the dyno sheets. But my first thought and impressions, it's a great bike, man. I like it because it's kind of bulky and heavy. I'm not a big fan of, well, I'm 5'11", 6 foot tall, and I'm at 220. And I like bulky bikes and heavier bikes just so I can ride comfortable. But look, I'm at 70 miles per hour. there's wind, but I don't feel the wind pushing my bike over, if you know what I'm saying. I can see on the mirrors. I always check anyways for my blind spots, but the mirrors are actually, in my opinion, are great on this bike. If I'm on 6th gear and I need to move up quick a little, it has the power. You will definitely feel it compared to the 660. If you just turn that throttle on 6th gear, you weren't going nowhere. You had to downshift. I love the bike. So my opinion is, if you're looking into upgrading from 400, whether it's a beginner bike, I don't know, because my first bike was a 1300 Booster, like I mentioned before. So I'm not sure if you call this a beginner bike, or maybe, I don't know, because I started with a big bike anyways. But if you have like a 400, 300, 250, and you have that riding experience, and you're looking to upgrade to a bigger bike that's not a liter bike. The reason I said liter bikes is because when I bought the 6R, I looked into different categories, and insurance being one of them, monthly payment being one of them, and the insurance on 1000 are way more expensive than a 600. They get way more hotter than a 600. Gas mileage is worse than a 600. That's why I went with this one, and it's perfect for what I do. I just cruise on the highway, I just chill on the highway. I'm not into smackdowns or none of that. But I would say, if you're looking to upgrade from the 400 and you feel comfortable enough to ride your 400, just keep the 650 and go straight to the 600. You're not gonna regret it. You might regret it if you go straight to the 650 and then you find out that's not what you want. Power wise, body wise, overall feel of the bike. The curb weight on this is 425, which is not bad. I like it. I like it. The throttle response on this is very good. The suspension feels great, in my opinion, better than the 650. As you can see, I'm on 6th gear, 70 miles per hour. I hit the throttle just a little bit and boom. I don't even have to drop a gear to move. You know what I'm saying? On the 650, you have to drop at least one gear or two. And once you drop that gear, you were at high RPM, so it was time for you to shift anyways. So I'm just saying, if you're looking to upgrade your bike from a 400, go straight to a 6, regular 6, 4-cylinder. Twin parallel, yeah, they're nice because fuel consumption, fuel mileage, range, insurance is cheaper, and you're trying to learn the bike. You're trying to learn on the bike or whatnot, but it's not worth it. I would say a 650 is a beginner bike, no joke. I said a 650 would be the beginner bike. I don't even know why I wanted to the 650, man. I just wanted a bike, and that's all I had at the moment. I don't know, but I regret that decision. But yeah, man, that's my impressions about this bike. The display, I love the display. I actually love the analog gauge and the digital one. The TFT on the Ninja is nice, but I just don't know. It was getting like, it seemed cheap, not cheap, but like, nah. I like the analog gauges. I'm not sure because, I mean, they're old school or not, but TFTs are nice, yeah, but this actually I like it more. But again, that's my personal preference. Yours might be way different. Man, it feels nice on the highway, stable, comfortable on the highway. You know, I got plenty of seat back or space on the back, so I can screw all the way back, sit all the way back, and I don't even touch the rear seat. As of on the 650, excuse me, as of on the 650, only had a little bit of space. You know, I was either on the tank or I had 1 or 1.5 inch towards the back. But this one is nice. The only thing I don't have is the cruise control. The 10R comes with the cruise control, which a lot of people don't care about it, but I actually do. I use my cruise control in my truck all the time, and if I can have cruise control on this, it'll be a plus. But I've been looking into a few options. They have the Atlas, I believe it's like a 140. Yeah, I mean it's $145, but hey, if it works, it works. But overall, I'm loving this bike. Although I haven't ridden it that much, but 92 miles. By the time I get home, I'll probably be at 100. I haven't tried all the power yet because I'm still in the braking process. But I mean, so far, man, I'm loving the bike. Way loving it. Aggressive stance on the sitting position. It's not that uncomfortable. It's not uncomfortable. To me, it is. It's not. It's not. I mean, if you get tired, all you gotta do is sit back a little bit. Sit back, push back on the seat, and you'll be all right. The exhaust is quiet, very quiet. It's like any other stock exhaust. I've been looking at a few options here. I might go with a slip-on. Might go with a slip-on pretty soon. But yeah, man, I'm loving the bike. Insurance wasn't much over the 650. Wasn't that much. So there were a few things I was looking at. You know, I had in mind or considering if I wanted to trade or not. Insurance was one of them. And of course, bike payment, which wasn't a lot, you know. The engine braking, it's decent. It's not strong where you let off the throttle and you go forward. It's not that smooth, soft that you barely feel the engine braking. I would say it's in between. I'd say it's in between. The rear pegs, you know, they're pretty high and further back than the new 650. But like I said, that's what I was looking for in a bike. That's the things that I didn't like about the 650. Also, you have a wider wheel on the back. You have a 180 as of, I think the 650 was 170. If I'm not mistaken, 170, 160 maybe. I think it was, yeah, one of those two, 60 or 70. Man, but oh man, I missed the inline 4 sound. I did. But yeah, that's my opinion, quick review of this bike. I probably get into more depth or go into more depth or depth, whatever. Later on, I was just doing a quick ride from work. Well, not from work, from the dealer to here. I didn't buy the motorcycle at that dealer. I bought the 650 at that dealer, and I was canceling the extended warranty. so I could get some cha-ching back. Looking to upgrade your 400, I say just go with the 600, regular 600. Don't waste your money on the 650 unless you care about other things like insurance, gas mileage, being comfortable on the bike, because I'm not gonna lie, the 650, it is the most comfortable bike in that category of the twin on the twin category. So, and another thing is people like the KRT, baby. People like the KRT. That's why I wanted to stay with the KRT edition, because people actually gave me a lot of compliments on the 650. But anyways, folks, that's all for right now. And then that was my opinion on the 600 zx6r, and I catch you guys on the next video. Peace.